I think we have to keep it this way. Okay, turn. Wow, we have helicopters going on right there for you, and they have green lights on them. Huh, okay. We are here for you, Capricorn. Oh my, thank you for your patience. It's been wild. We're here with a little update. We'll do some channeling here. We started with Sag, and I felt guided to jump into you next. And I was mentioning your energy, and a few things were coming through here. We're actually outdoors. It's interesting. We haven't done an outdoor reading for a little bit of time now, so but keeping up with the rhythm, the pace of Sag energy. We'll jump here into you outdoors as well, Capricorn. I was meditating on your energy, and I'm seeing that I was hearing a few things, and hopefully you guys can hear me. Can you hear me all right? You can hear me? We're good with the sound? I wonder if I turn this screen... Oh no, that is upside down. You can hear me. Okay, awesome. Lovely, lovely. So, yes, I was meditating your energy, and Capricorn, for a number of you, I was getting this feeling, of something that I'm hearing, something has become obvious. And it's something that possibly you've been, it's something kind of cyclical. I'm hearing you go from point A to B. I'm hearing so many times and in so many ways, like it's something that maybe even you've tested, and it's just kind of like, I'm hearing brought itself full circle at this point. I don't know what, that's only too interesting. It's something that maybe you've realized, like you've come to it finally. I'm hearing as well, finally, like you don't want to learn. I'm hearing as well about this space any longer, and it is this feeling of like, well, I thought, that this class would be interesting for me, and I tried it. I'm hearing that as well, and it's just not stimulating. I'm hearing that as well. It's just not. I'm hearing my story. I'm hearing as well that I want to tell, interesting, and it can be metaphorical. It can be speaking of something that has a history to it, that has can even be like a legacy. I'm hearing that as well, and it started to get uncomfortable. I'm hearing that as well. Wow, almost like got a little bit of a higher panel on one of these like deck areas here, and for a number of you, like it was something that I'm hearing you even like committed to, and it was just like at a certain point, I'm hearing you have to look beyond the border of the screen. I'm hearing that as well. Interesting. I'm playing my phone right there. It's funny, I had some music playing, song Backstabbers by the OJs. So I don't know, maybe for a number of you, like looking at your stories, I'm hearing that as well. I'm hearing your fun times with your friends, I'm hearing that as well, and it's like, I'm hearing something has gotten kind of actually like ridiculous. I'm hearing that, like you're kind of feeling like it's that sensation of like, I spent 8 hours online and I still don't have knowledge of what I've studied. I'm hearing like something like that. Maybe I'm seeing a fish. So I don't know what that's alluding to, but it might be something that you have been even studying, and it's like I expected something else from this. I'm hearing as well to manifest. Like I'm hearing Molly, Melania. I'm hearing that as well. Like 1 second. This is something you're very curious about, even. Now, I'm hearing same age, same date. Like, maybe you considered that the number of ways in which this space could go. And it's funny because there's a kid who wants to skateboard, so he's going up to the top of the hill or whatever. And it's like higher on the incline. And I was like kind of passing by, I guess he was kind of looking like he wanted to, skateboard down. So I was like, okay, I better move out of the way, like, so he can skateboard down. It's like that kind of feeling. Now, for a number of you, you feel like you've outgrown something. I'm hearing that as well. Like, it's a feeling of like, okay, I think my time has sort of expired here. I'm hearing as well, like, I'm not really ready. I'm hearing that as well for what they asked of me. Interesting. It's like I'm imagining somebody who is studying something, but the timing is not right. I'm hearing that as well. So it may have to do with maturity, the concept of maturity as well. Like maybe you thought, wow, by this time, like I expected to be like way further along. And this could be something that you feel maybe others are feeling, like of you or of this space. Like I feel like maybe others are looking at me in this way and thinking like, wow, okay, so how far along are you? Like it's that kind of feeling, you know. I don't want to say like self-conscious, but you know, feeling a little bit. I'm hearing top heavy. I don't know what that's going to, but take it as well. No, but I'm hearing Sagittarius, Capricorn, Scorpio. I'm hearing as well. I'm hearing corner room, corner office. It's the sensation of looking at your window every morning and you're like, okay, how much more can I take of this? I'm hearing that as well. Like, I can't market this to look any different. I'm hearing that as well. Like, I photographed this like in as many ways as I could. Like, I don't know what I can create with this. I'm hearing a screened image. I'm hearing that again. So now, in addition, Capricorn, I'm getting for a number of you, there's something that maybe you expected. Like it could be an investment. Like I'm seeing looking at a space that can possibly like. I'm here again. Like I thought I'd be like way farther along. Like it almost feels. I don't want to say you feel like you've wasted your time, but it's like, what am I waiting for? I'm hearing that like as well. Like it's the feeling of having waited in line for something, and I'm seeing a fluorescent like sheeny color here, and it's like, what the heck? Like I've been standing here like but you didn't realize. I don't know if you didn't realize, Capricorn, but I'm not saying you didn't realize. You it's that feeling of realizing that you didn't realize. It's like you kind of realized actually all along, but it was only until I'm hearing someone else brought up the same question that you began to one second, role play a little bit. Interesting. So someone was like kind of maybe stimulating a certain theory. I'm hearing that as well, and you realize, oh, I'm not ready for that. I'm hearing that as well, and it got you thinking like, then where am I? It's kind of like, yes, it's like this. I'm seeing someone actually standing in line, and they're thinking, okay, I gotta wait. So the understanding is that you would wait. So you kind of are again aware of that, Capricorn. Yeah, it's kind of feeling like you even started a puzzle, but like in the wrong way, and you're like, I gotta do it all over again, sort of feeling maybe. And it's bizarre, Capricorn, because even the way that the camera, we're filming with the camera, is like, I kind of wanted to record on the other side because it's something, this feels off. So it's like, why did I start my journey from like the left side of the court? I'm hearing this all when I would have to dribble like over in the opposite direction anyway. So I don't know, it can be something even geographical. It's like the question is like, why would I start, I'm hearing also my business here if like I'm not thinking of living here, is like something like that. Maybe you've already, Capricorn, I'm hearing Scorpio again, very strongly here. There's something that you're like sold on. You're like, okay, that's it, I'm gonna like do it, and it's gonna be a great investment opportunity that I was well, and it can be related to real estate. And you're standing in line, Capricorn, but there's this sensation of stagnancy in some way or another. And so again, but I'm seeing you holding that space. I'm hearing that as well, and there's always a reason for everything, right? You know, there's so many ways, but you know, holding the space, and then just a feeling of suddenly realizing you were standing there for like 4 years. I'm hearing that as well, like thinking, you know, what am I doing? I'm hearing like, actually though, and it's not that you didn't consciously know, right, that this was called a line and that you would be waiting in it, and that waiting means waiting, you know, and that is some form of stagnancy. But no, I don't want, and that's what I'm talking, that could be something that maybe was outlined, like in a contract even, you're like, okay, I kind of had the idea here, but it wasn't like, you didn't really think through it, or someone didn't really necessarily think through it, like, that's what that feels like. I'm hearing that as well, like, one second. I'm hearing Cape Town. I'm hearing I don't know what Vaseline too. Could be history here coming up with Capricorn. I don't know what that. It could be lifetime. Okay, but let's clear. For a number of you, I'm hearing ashwagandha. I'm hearing that as well as an herb. Now, for a number of you, Capricorn, it's that feeling. Okay, I'm seeing you even like listening to music, you're like waiting in line. Okay, like first few hours you're like, I'm cool, I could do this, and then it's like, I'm done. You're on hour like 4 and you're like, I don't want to be here. I don't care about crackers. I'm hearing that as well, like I don't know what. But anyways, now for a number of you, it was something kind of simple, and like you felt like you kind of solved it, like the equation, like kind of quickly, and there was this question of maybe at a certain point in time, is this too good to be true? I'm hearing that as well. But you tried it and you wanted to try it. And it's like, well, I just want to see it. I just want to like see if it's really like actually like really truly like too good to be true. I want to prove that it's either true or not truly too good to be true. Okay, so I'm gonna try that. So it's like, and then yeah, so then you try to Capricorn, I'm hearing that as well. I know it's not me talking again. Maybe this is somebody who you're like, maybe it's a mentor. I'm here. Oscar, awkward. I mean that as well. Now, again, it could be an investment. Now, what I'm hearing again for a number of you is that you're like, okay, you're like standing there, you're thinking like, okay, I feel like there's gonna be fish eventually swimming by. So you're sitting there, you're waiting, and it's like, I want the puppy of litters to be ready already. I'm hearing that as well. Now, it's that feeling where you're not picking up on the wave is moving until it bumps into you and asks you where you're going, and it's like suddenly life. You feel like life has like slapped you in not in the forehead, but like in the face on your forehead. I don't know. But I don't know anymore if it's a smile or a frown, prior or post. Slap. But it's just, I don't know. If something is maybe you feel a little bit disoriented, a little bit disconnected. It's like, I don't know if I'm better off now that I did this, or if I'm worse off. I don't know if I really, do I look like I'm happy? Am I happy? Like, it's just something kind of, maybe this is something though, it's funny because I'm seeing something like, they were willing, like, maybe to wait in line for almost what feels like an eternity. They're like, I'm gonna sit here with soggy socks in my shoes, no problem. And like, for maybe years, days, I don't know what that's about, but suddenly someone walks up to you and like, you have a box of crackers in your house. I'm hearing not Capricorn, in your hand, and like someone asks you, they're like, hey, so do you have like a leaf blower? I'm hearing for my lawn, and it's like, I don't know what that could be metaphorical. And this person is like, kind of asking you, and you're like, thinking. One second, Capricorn. It's really weird. Like, you're thinking, am I able to answer that for myself? Like, it's almost, they reflect, their question is almost an opportunity. It's an opportunity. Like, it kind of gets you thinking. Maybe at first in an uncomfortable way. Like, never asked myself that question. I'm hearing that as well. Interesting. 1 second. So for a number of you, it's like this. You're standing in line. This is a vision I'm getting. You're standing in line, and like you're kind of in your world. I'm here as well in that way, Capricorn. And I don't know. I get the feeling that you're kind of okay in a certain way with that. I don't know what that is meaning. And this could get I'm just channeling, right? But maybe this is someone who's communicating to you. Maybe they're reflecting something for you. It could be a good friend of yours. It could be a mentor. It could be a medium as well. Maybe they're shining light on something here for you. I don't know. Take it as you will. And I'm seeing like the shininess of my coat right there, kind of, and I'm seeing lights everywhere. So there is maybe something that has been brought up even a number of times. Now, whatever it is, or maybe it's been brought up at a certain point, maybe even years ago, and then you kind of handed it off, you offhanded it. I'm hearing that as well. I don't know what that's only to, but anyways, Capricorn. And then it got to the point where I'm hearing you're thinking like, I don't know, like, am I ready for that? I'm hearing that as well. I'm hearing you're in the middle ground. I'm hearing you're stuck in the middle ground of which ice cream, I'm hearing flavor you want to choose. I'm hearing that as well. Interesting. Now, when it comes to Capricorn and commitment, right? They can consider, you know, it as something quite serious. You know, and okay, and I'm seeing a lifeboat here. So now, then I'm seeing someone walks up to you while we're saying, let's backtrack. You're in, again, this can be, again, related to investment. I'm hearing that again, like something you want to take on, even a project, and maybe someone asks you, and you're like, you put it off a little bit, like on the back burner sort of feeling. Now, I'm hearing, get up and go. Now, let's clear it again and ground. This can even be somebody who wants to get you to pitch something, or they want you, maybe they want your advice, okay, and you're like, well, I don't know if I want, they maybe want to team up with you or partner up in some way, and they want to present something, and it's like, maybe you're like, I'm not ready yet, I'm hearing that again. Okay, now then it's like, you're waiting in line, I don't know, somewhere, and then someone walks up to you and they ask you a question, but it's not really to you. It's like, hey, I need directions. I don't know where I'm going. I'm trying to get to this place, whatever it is. Do you know like how to get there? And you like look at them, Capricorn, and like that question kind of distinguishes something for you in your mind. And it can be metaphorical yet again, like maybe you hang out with your friend, you see someone walking somewhere or walking with someone somewhere, and it just, there is this, let's clear it, and this bright flash of light that goes off. And it brings to your attention what you want. I'm hearing that as well. And it's like really like, it's kind of giving me shivers, Cap. It's like, it's kind of surreal actually, because I feel that you have an epiphany. And those are not always comfortable, right? Sometimes you realize, wow, I was fucking waiting in the wrong line for 4 hours, like sort of feeling, but it's a good thing, right? At the end of the day, to realize also what we want, and sometimes we have to we take sometimes, the long way to get there, but it's inevitable. I'm hearing that as well. And maybe interestingly, like you started off the journey, it was just a matter of, I know I'm going to do this, like maybe you don't know what they're thinking in your mind, like, but it's just a matter of when I commit to it. Okay, now, for a number of you, it's funny because this vision's so particular. It's like this person who walks up to you, it's almost as if they're kind of like guiding you in some way, like they're kind of like a spirit guide. Like in that interaction, whatever it is, I feel that for a number of you will know what this interaction is. It's something very brief for a number of you, possibly even just very subtle. Like someone just taps your shoulder. I'm seeing it, and you're like on the computer, you're like on your phone or something, you're like watching something, and it could be considered even like kind of seen as like a rhythm of life. Like, oh, I was in that rhythm of my life and I wasn't thinking about those types of things. And then all of a sudden I have this friend who comes to my place and is needing to charge his phone to talk to his girlfriend. And then I think, wow, he's a girlfriend. Wait, so, and I see how they act, and, you know, do I want a girlfriend? Like, I don't know what that's just coming forth. 1 second. I'm hearing, are you willing to do that though? Okay, so maybe for a number of you, I don't know, it can be the type of thing where you're considering maybe for a number of you even adopting a dog. I'm seeing maroon red here. Yep, twice. Actually, 2 people on 2 sides of the road. They're wearing maroon, so take it as a wool. I don't know what that came through in the Sag readings for like years. Okay. And I'm seeing yoga. Oh my, we just covered this. Sorry about this. Where we start to rotate the orientation of the camera, because I'm here. I don't want to walk down Candy Cane Lane without a lane of my own to look down. And okay, so somebody wanted, like, and I'm seeing purple here, they wanted to understand their their platform, their performance, I'm hearing that as well. Like, they're like, I don't want to go on stage like until I know what I'm doing. So they're backstage for 4 to 8 years. I'm hearing, I don't know. They're like, I need to know, like, am I in London or France? You know what I mean? I'm hearing that as well. Am I in love or am I loved? Interesting. Okay, so maybe somebody was wanting to understand better how to introduce themselves in a certain space. I'm hearing, I hope I'm not in love. I'm hearing that as well. I don't want to, I also don't want to hurry that process. So it can be something where, you know, you had an experience of some kind and you were like, you know, I really want to wait until I get into another experience of anything remotely similar to that. And I just want to remind myself every so often of that. Okay, so maybe it was like a matter of maybe even vulnerability. Like a number of people, I hope you guys can still hear me, by the way. I'm just walking and talking with the iPad. Can you guys, okay, good, you can hear me. Okay, good. Yeah, so for a number of you, someone was very, very, very concerned. They were like, what is it? They were really like thinking, where will love lead me? Actually, if I see love as a path, where will it lead me? If I, you know, and there's this question of like, am I on the path or like, am I walking down the path? Like, and then, you know, is the path surrounding me or like, am I the one directing the path? Like, I don't know what that's alluding to, but there's so many hyperboles, I'm hearing that as well, said around the announcement that it takes a lot to be honest. I don't know, with oneself. I don't know what that's alluding to. But there have been a lot of numbers I'm hearing in your phone log, and not enough that lead to a landline. I don't know what that's about. It's like someone feels maybe irresponsible in a certain space. They're like, I don't know what freedom means. I'm hearing that as well. I don't know what that's about. So it's like, it's very, very hard. Somebody maybe is feeling so-called stuck. They're feeling kind of set between a rock and a hard place. And it's funny because in the Sag reading, there was this feeling of like getting kind of spooked and kind of thinking like, you know, what's that? And I kind of felt that energy right there. Someone's like rolling some, never heard that type of sound. Someone's rolling some really big bin on the cobblestone. And so, and right then, now, for no reason to be with you, right? Where you're like, I know it's me and just no one but me, but it's still really hard to be me. I'm hearing that as well. So maybe it's something where you're just like also too many options, too many alternatives, too many questions, too many carriers, too many phones. I'm hearing phone numbers. I'm hearing that as well. Like, which one do I call? Which landline do I use? One second. Which direction do I go? And it's funny. I'm seeing written here, it says, oh, baby. Oh, baby, oh. And I'm seeing, oh, baby. And it says, Washington, D.C., this is different with vulnerability. Like, how do I get them to also understand where I'm coming from? How do I tell them? But this is so weird. I've never seen this. So you know umbrellas, right? Where you put like the umbrella into the base. So I just see like the bases. The umbrella itself is like gone, or I don't know. It's like they obviously have umbrellas, but they took them out of the bases. So it's like, I don't know what that's about, but I'm just seeing the bases all just kind of scattered across here. So it's just bizarre. It's like, okay, I know there's a flag somewhere. I'm hearing that as well, flag. Interesting. So this can be something where it's like, it may be controversial, or there could be so many factors involved where it's like, how do we reach a happy medium, or how do we do that? I'm hearing mistress. I don't know if that's one too, but there is something that has as you feel it, too many leeway roads. I'm hearing that as well. Like, okay, well, listen, it's like this. I know that's a destination, but how do I get there? Certainly, like, and then it's like you decided not to ask yourself that possibly, and so you stood. I'm hearing so you were in line. I'm hearing that as well, waiting to be let into the right club. Like you wanted life to answer the question for you, maybe in some way. Okay. And then it's like this Capricorn, I'm here, Scorpio, Sagittarius. And then it's as if someone comes up to you and they are vulnerable. And they show you how vulnerable they are. They're like, hey, this is where I'm going. Like, it's like they come through with this assured sort of vibration where it's like, I know who I am. I just have this little question I'm hearing for you. How can you direct me and who I know who I am in the right way. Like, it's very fascinating. And this could almost be, you know, like, it's like a spirit guide. I'm hearing that as well for a number of you where you kind of like, you know, they kind of resemble maybe an aspect of me that I do resonate with, or that I do aspire to share. I'm hearing also with the world, and it can be an ability of yours, a gift of yours, but it's just kind of like a, I don't want to say like a wake-up call, but it's like something that I'm seeing white flowers here. It's like I'm hearing as well, I don't want to grow old. Remember we were like, so there's something about timing, yeah. You don't want to leave also something like hanging like for too long. Okay. No, yeah, but it's like it's very interesting because it's like someone's asking where am I, and they're like, yeah, good question, where am I as well. So thank you, Capricorn, for tuning in. Thank you, and hopefully we'll get into another reading soon. Actually, we could read further in depth here. And let's see anything else that may be coming through. So there might be just something that you're also wanting to decipher, to define, or even to delineate. I'm hearing that as well. But to discover, interesting, and I'm seeing the number 15 here. It's something maybe that you are wanting to design. I'm hearing that as well. So it's yeah, the question is the direction, though. I'm hearing that as well. And it could be just very complex or very involved. Maybe something that you would like to even direct or determine. I'm hearing that as well. Yeah, so it's like you don't want to make a decision out of fear is what I'm hearing as well. Like, oh, I have to do this now, so I got to do it. It's like you don't want to be in that mode of making that decision is what I'm hearing as well. But then the question is like, okay, so then how long is it going to take? I'm hearing that as well to make the decision. So there is possibly a question of divine timing as well, where you're like, look, I know that like it's like this, you know, I never bought a dress and I kind of know why. I'm hearing that as well. Like, and everyone's asking like, why didn't you get a dress? Like, everyone buys a dress. I don't know, it's like usual. And it's like, well, I just never did. And it's like, you kind of didn't have an answer for that, but you kind of felt like eventually you would understand your answer for that. Like, you knew that you had an answer for that, but you never really had a reason for having an answer like that. Interesting. So it's like the feeling of like, do you want to go with us here? No, I don't. Okay, why? I don't know why. I just don't want to go there. You know, it's like something maybe like that. Or it's just, you just have this hunch, this feeling, this intuition, like, I just feel like I should wait on that. Like, I'm hearing I don't want to go where I shouldn't. Interesting. So, 1 second. Yeah, it's about, there's a maybe, I don't want to say it this way, but like a little bit of maybe, I don't want to say it in this way, but maybe guilt. Like, it's like, am I ready yet? I'm hearing that as well. Is it time yet? If I, you know, am I open to myself? Interesting. Enough to want that. Interesting. So it's not like, yet again, I don't see this as something that you either do or do not want, and then it's like, yes, I do want it, or no, I don't. It's like, am I open to wanting that? You know, and that, there are so many rhythms that we keep up with, you know, in that space of acknowledging our desires, you know, psychologically, mentally, emotionally, physically. Capricorn, oh my. I think we're back. Yeah, I was just buffering. Sorry about that, you guys. Yeah, so we were just saying, right before we close it out, I'm seeing like fire. Interesting. There's something that, for a number of you as well, maybe you have a lot of questions about, and it comes down to how open am I, how ready am I, also to be willing to be honest with myself in this space. And for a number of you, like kind of, there's a lot of pressure, and I was just talking about that right before it cut. So there's something that maybe for a number of you, it comes to wanting what you want. Interesting. It's like, how hard is it to actually express that in the true form? Like, and I'm seeing a really tiny dog. So I don't know what's clearing around. It's like there are a lot of factors maybe, but they're psychologically stabilized. Interesting. It's like, are they real? Like, it's like, okay, maybe you want something, and like one of your friends or someone in your environment like is asking you questions about something in your life. I don't know what, but they're like, hey, Capricorn, like, are you gonna do that one thing? And they're posing these questions, and it's like, okay, I do want that, but not yet because of XYZ factor. And you know, it's interesting because maybe for a number of you, it's something that is not about time, but you're feeling it's not time yet, interestingly. So maybe it is a matter of faith, divine timing, right? Maybe it's something for a number of you where you're like, I have to be patient with myself and acknowledge what I'm feeling. Interesting, even if it means that I'm not ready to feel everything that I know I feel, I'm hearing or that I can feel. So it's something that requires a number of you of your vulnerability. Thank you so much for tuning in.